Listen, we're in some completely unprecedented times in the market right now. The market's actually completely cratering and tons of people are interested to get started investing. Now, there's a whole new wave of investors, people who haven't even picked up an application, picked up a brokerage, and know where to invest quite yet. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a complete rundown on the Robinhood investing app for beginners, and it's going to be done in like 10 minutes. I've got a super detailed, in-depth video you can check out here if you want to get all of the information, but this is going to get you started, and at least you're going to be able to start making money on the stock market after watching this video. So let's just jump right in. Okay, now listen, real quick before we jump into the application, two things I want to knock out about the sign up process. The first of which is you can jump in the description of this video, go ahead and use the referral link in the description. That's going to get you a free fractional share of a stock valued at $5. And in return, it's going to provide the same for me. So I do appreciate any of the support. It's free money. You might as well take advantage of it if you're opening an account. Now, the second question that I get asked all the time is, do I need to provide my social security number when it comes to opening an account on Robinhood investing? And the answer to that is yes. Now, the reason why they do it is because there are tax implications to investing. They need to be able to track what's going on with your money. Uncle Sam needs his cut too. It's unfortunate, but that's just how they do it. So no matter what account you're opening, whether it's Robinhood or Fidelity Investments or M1 Finance or Webull or all these different applications that you're actually investing your money, you are going to need to input your social security number. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we're going to jump into the Robinhood investing app, and there's a ton to go over, but I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. Now, if you look at the home screen, this is going to be where your overview on your investments are. Yours is going to say $0 because you just opened your account for the first time. Mine says $25,000 because I've been investing for a while in this account. Now you can see the performance of how it's been doing over the past day, week, month, 3 months, year to date, 1 year, and all time. I'm trying to not freak you out because the stock market is crashing right now. So my portfolio looks a little bit dreary over the past week. Like if I click into here, you can see it's down about $2,790. That's normal with the stock market right now. There's a tariff war going on and a lot of implications. I don't want to get into it in this video, but essentially just know that this is where you're going to see your performance. Now, if you want to actually get money into your Robinhood account so you can start buying stocks, all you need to do is click buying power. Once you're in the buying power screen, mine actually doesn't allow me to share my screen. I'll share some screenshots, but basically what you're going to want to do is just link your bank account or your debit card. You can log directly in through your bank's website using Plaid, and it's pretty secure, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And it's just like really straightforward for getting money into your account. What I've noticed is on the first few transfers, it takes a little bit of time, 2 to 3 business days. Once you get rolling with your investments, it is far less of an issue, and you can start using instant buying power. It just takes a couple transfers to be able to do that. Now, once you get your money in there, you're probably wondering how the hell do I buy a stock? What do I have to do for this? And it's really straightforward. In the top right, you got a search icon. You can click search, and you can go ahead. Let's say you wanted to buy Microsoft. You can look for Microsoft and click into that. Now on the Microsoft screen, it's very similar to the home screen. You can see the performance of the day, week, month, 3 months, year to date, 1 year, 5 years, and max. And it's just cool to see how the performance does over time. Now, if you want to go ahead and buy, it's really, really easy. All you do is click trade, you click buy, and then you can do in the top right, you can set it. You can buy in dollars or buy in shares. Now, there's some conditional orders that we don't really need to talk too much about, but I will talk about the recurring investment because I think this is really smart for people to set up if you're looking to get started investing, just to help dollar cost average. So with recurring investments, you can set up a certain time frame to continually invest over time. So for example, if you wanted to every week invest, you could do literally every week start investing, and you could do $5 and you select the account you want it to pull from, and you can go ahead and review and swipe up, and just like that, you would be investing $5 every single week into Microsoft. Now, this would work for any stock, any ETF. This is the same way you would set it up, but I am just going to now go back and show you how to just buy in general. So you would click trade, you'd click buy, and then you can literally just specify the dollar amount you want. So let's say I wanted $5 of Microsoft. I could do review, and I'm going to queue this fractional order because the market's closed right now, and it will basically go and buy this as soon as the market's open. I'm going to swipe up, and just like that, you've bought yourself a stock. That one's queued to be purchased in the morning, and you can see in the activity, I've got a Microsoft buy here queued for April 6th of 2025. Now on the screen, you're going to get a breakdown of your position as you buy stocks. So you can see how many shares you have, the market value, your average cost. Like there's just a ton of different information in this that you can find. It's really, really cool. If you wanted to tweak your recurring investment, you could do it on this screen as well. You get general information about the companies themselves, what's going on in the news, what analysts are saying, the bulls and the bears, how this stock's performing. But anyways, that is how you actually just go ahead and buy the stock. Now, the next thing you're going to want to know is how do you actually sell the stock? So if you go and click trade, it's the same thing that we just did. You can literally do sell, and then you can specify the exact amount that you want to sell. Now you can see that in this one, it says I have $2,251.19 available. That's because that's exactly how much I have invested in Microsoft right now. So I could sell up to that amount. You can sell any specified value. So if I wanted to sell $5, do that. Same thing right here. You would be able to swipe up, and just like that, it would sell. Now I don't actually want to sell out, so I'm just going to leave that, but that's as straightforward as it is. Really, really cool. Hey, listen, Future Dalton here. I realize I left one thing out. Sometimes people want to get access to their money back into their bank account after they've moved it into Robinhood investing. So let's say that you've bought stocks, now you've sold stocks, you've made some money, and you want to add it back to your bank account. Well, that's actually really straightforward. The first thing you need to note, though, is that it will take a few days for your funds to settle. So if you need immediate access to your funds from investing, that's just not really going to happen. It's going to take some time to settle the funds for you to be able to transfer them. But once they are settled, you click on the little 2 cash icons in the bottom of the screen here. You can click transfer money. And once you're in transfer money, all you need to do is you can select, you can see I have withdrawable cash in my Roth IRA right now, or in that individual investing account I was talking about earlier. Let's say I went to withdraw from the individual account. You move it to, and then you can select your bank account that's already been linked from when you deposited cash. So I could do it to this one, and you could withdraw like this, and just like that, it would become available. I could do instant for $1 fee, or it could take 4 to 5 business days for that to transfer. Again, that's just for the funds to make it through. Unfortunately, it does take some time, but you will have access to your funds. Now, a couple different sections that are important to know and note before you get started is crypto. So if you wanted to start investing in cryptocurrency, they do have some options, and you can see these are all the tradable ones that they have right in the crypto section. It's the second tab on the bottom of the screen, and that you actually have to get access to. So if you are interested in trading crypto after you open your account, go ahead, click into this section, and you'll be prompted to get access to different cryptocurrency. Now you can see same setup. You get the performance of how you're doing over time, and it's really, really straightforward here. Same way to buy too. You just click on the cryptocurrency. So like Bitcoin, for example, you can go ahead and click buy, and it's the same exact setup. So really straightforward there. Now, one section that I think is really important to note as well is your Roth IRA. So you can see I have $28,000 in this Roth IRA here. Now, if you don't know the difference between a Roth IRA and what's on this main screen here, which is just an individual account, I would definitely urge you to look it up. Essentially, a Roth IRA is a retirement account, and how it works is it's tax advantage, meaning you're putting money in that's already been taxed. So later, when you go to pull money out of your investment account, you don't have to pay any taxes on it. It's great for dividend investing. It's great for like all types of investing, to be honest, because it's going to be tax-free in the future, which is just so awesome. And basically, as you're being paid dividends in a regular account, you will have to pay some taxes on that once you hit a certain value. With your Roth IRA, you don't need to. So it's just a really cool vehicle to invest. And you can see, I believe more in my Roth IRA. I want more money in my Roth IRA. I max it out every single year. You can see I've got my buying power at $5,400. And on the main screen here, it's $25,000 in my Roth IRA. It's 28. And I would literally, if it was the turn of a new year, I would sell out of my individual to go into my Roth IRA because I just want to max it out every single year. And I find that very important. So something to consider there. There is limits as to how much you can invest in it. And definitely look it up if you are interested in learning more. So now real quickly, after you've gone ahead and you've now bought stocks, you've bought cryptocurrency, ETFs, whatever you're looking to buy, it will show back up on your home screen. So you can see these are all the stocks and ETFs in my portfolio. If you go ahead and there's ways to sort this in different ways, you can see Apple. If I click that $4,474 value right there, it's going to give you different display data. Now you can look at the last price of the stock, the percentage change, the equity that you have in the company, today's return, the total return, and the total percentage change. So if I look at my equity, this is how much I have invested in each particular stock. Apple, I've got $4,470. QQQ, I've got $3,115. Microsoft, $2,172. And you can see the little plus icon, which means I'm going to be buying more shares of that here soon. So it's just really cool to see it, all set up this way. And if you wanted to see like how you are doing overall, you can look at your total return. Some of these I'm down on, some of these I'm actually up on. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a cool way to filter it. But, you know, the market right now is going absolutely crazy. Now, real quickly, what I think is important is to just talk about investing in general before you jump in and spend your first dollar on any investments, which, by the way, congratulations if this is your first investment, because it's going to really spiral and you're going to get super into investing, and you're definitely bettering your financial future. So hats off to you there as well. Now, if you go ahead and I'm just going to pop into my Roth IRA here and just share like the overall strategy and something that's interesting. So I always do something that's called dollar cost averaging, and there's literally only two investments that I make in my Roth IRA. One is SCHD, which is focusing on dividend stocks. I love dividends because it is the most passive form of income that you can make. And you can see I have a recurring buy set to $14.70. By the end of the year, based on how many trading days there are, that is going to diminish my $5,442 down to zero. And then it'll be the turn of the year and I can start investing and contributing to next year's contributions here. I have SCHD and VTI, which just tracks the overall stock market. So let's just show you real quick over the past year what's gone on, because this is like where there's a ton of opportunity, I think, in the stock market. So over the past year, you can see Vanguard has gone from $247 at this low point over here all the way up to $303. So in this time frame, it went up 22%. So I've been rocking and rolling all year and things are looking great. But then you can see this massive, massive dip here on the right. Now, the other thing to note is that I had that $5,400 worth of buying power. I could have dumped that all into this stock at one point in time. So let's say that I did that exactly at this point in time about a year ago. I could have put all $5,000 in it back in April of 2024. And what would then happen is it would look like it was doing extremely well, but now the stock is worth even less than it was at that point in time. So what I choose to do with my investments is to not really just throw a ton of money in at one time. I have been investing this entire time period every single day into this stock. So as it was going up in price, you know, I was paying the same amount as I was when it was going down in price as well. And so instead of spreading myself thin and getting in at one point in time, because let's say I accidentally made a bad decision, invested all that money when it was $300 up here, and now it's worth $239, and the market's like cratering right now, I would lose all of this opportunity to be buying the stock at a cheaper price because I'm not dollar cost averaging at that point. So I would highly, highly recommend that if you're just getting started investing, look up dollar cost averaging as well. It is one of the best ways that you can be investing your money, in my opinion, because you can just do it over time and feel a lot more confident with your investments. Because honestly, what's going to happen with the stock market right now, I think it's probably going to dip for a little bit. Now, I don't ever want to try to time the market because that's how you get burned. This could bounce back tomorrow. Nobody essentially is going to know when this is going to bounce. But over time, if you're investing, history repeats itself. You're going to be looking really good if you're making some solid investments like tracing the overall market. And what's going to happen, I think this is going to dip a lot further than what we're at right now, but I don't want to be naive and stupid and make a poor decision. So what I'm going to continue doing is just investing over time. And I set this up and structure it so I never have to think about my investments. And that's what I would urge people who are just getting started is, instead of buying individual stocks up front, I would probably trace the market overall, get used to investing, seeing how your money fluctuates, because it's scary the first time. Even the small dollar amount of values that you might be bringing in, when you start losing money, it's no fun, no matter how much it is, what's going on. But when you start making money, it's addicting. You want to start investing more and more. And until you get your bearings straight and you're feeling confident about your investment strategy, you might just want to take it slow, ease yourself in with some ETFs. And I've got a ton of videos on my channel that talk about my particular investments, my investment style, and I've got a ton of updates here coming in the future. So I just want to say thank you for checking out this video. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. I will get back to every single one of them. And thanks and have a great day.